Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be watching Do the Dance by Illit. Hey guys, before we get started with today's video, I wanted to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is Aura, which they are a all-in-one bundled service in the form of online security. And not only do they provide an antivirus service, but they do also check a bunch of broker sites that swap all of your personal information and they wipe out all of that info. So if you've ever noticed that you've been receiving emails or phone calls that kind of seem really like scammers, that's kind of when you know that your information has been out there. And whenever I look at my own information, there's maybe like one or two sites that I can probably stand to not have my information on. So this is a good example about why we could use a service like this. And they're actually offering a 14-day free trial, which you can check out via the link below in my description or in the comments. It's aura.com/RoninMan. So like I said, it is a bundle service, so it's not just checking broker sites and helping out with antivirus software. They also do have secure VPNs. They also give you live, up-to-date fraud alerts for any of your banking or your credit cards. They even have 24/7 US-based support, and they even insure you to up to $5 million of identity theft protection. So they've really gone all out to make sure that you are covered as long as you're under their protection. So feel free to check it out. Again, it's 14 days for free. So get yourself some extra security and check out my sponsor Aura at aura.com/RoninMan and see if any of your data has been breached. Okay, so we're doing some more K-pop. This is a new release. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm out of my depth, so you talk.
I too don't know what I'm talking about because I don't know very much about Illit. All I know is I really liked Magnetic.
We are professionals.
We are. Before when I did the K-pop channel, I would research this stuff, but I think there's at a certain point only so much you could say about girl groups and what they are and what they do. I mean, if there was something, like a lot of them have scandals or something like that, that's fun to talk about. I think these are just your run-of-the-mill K-pop idols. They're they're good girls. They're well-behaved. They do what they do, and that's fine. But it's a little boring. So there's not really anything we need to talk about except for that Illit probably had one of the most viral K-pop songs of all time. I mean, not after Gangnam Style. No one can ever top Psy, but
okay.
Magnetic. You would know it if you heard it. I know you're thinking you can't. You want to play a little?
Okay, play it for me.
All right.
This time I want
Fortnite.
I have heard this.
A lot of these songs are in Fortnite because they're that viral. This song blew up. It was crazy bananas. I do feel like Illit are in that realm of groups that spawned off the back of New Jeans. So they have a very similar aesthetic and sound, choreography to New Jeans. I hope people aren't mad about that. It is a little bit derivative, but what they did, their imitation was so good, it did better, really, than New Jeans in a lot of respects, because Magnetic was crazy big, crazy popular. Yeah. I mean, it's an earworm. It's one of the best pop songs that's been released in the past 10 years, honestly. It's so good. That being said, those are some big shoes to fill and follow up with. So when you're going from a song like Magnetic to your next release, that's daunting, right?
Right, yeah.
Because the disparity in popularity could be absolutely huge. I don't know if they can match that because it's top tier Magnetic.
It's probably unrealistic to expect another song on that level.
Yes.
So maybe expectations need to be kind of,
No, mine are right up here, and I will let you know if I'm disappointed.
Okay,
so
I'll raise mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I expect perfection.
Oh, what are we here for if not perfection?
I don't even know what that is.
God damn it.
Yeah, K-pop.
Anyway, yeah. So it's gonna be it'll be interesting to see. I'm glad. Realistically, I'm not expecting another Magnetic, but I am curious to see if they can carry that momentum and still release another quality pop song like they did with Magnetic.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I have no expectations really, except really high ones. And if they don't meet this, I'm done.
You're gonna write them a strongly worded letter.
I'm not even gonna write them the letter. I'm just gonna think about the letter, and they're gonna feel the vibes. All right, so I could see you looking at me. All right, I guess we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So guys, feel free to check out my memberships. They're only $1, and you get early access to videos like these, and also my anime reactions.
저기 어디가?
페스티벌.
Interesting they've gone with a short hair aesthetic for all of the girls in this one. That's unusual.
Good observation. I did not catch that.
Oh, and there's hair.
They all have long hair.
They all have long hair now, okay.
Interesting wardrobe.
I will say Illit, that definitely distinguishes Illit. Their wardrobe is typically very unique. You can almost hear how it was written to be a TikTok earworm, just with...
I'm getting that vibe for sure. Like it's trying to get like a very small 15-second clip of a song that
they can do the choreo for a
you can
TikTok.
loop. Yeah. Kind of Daft Punk vibes. With,
Yeah, I was just... Oh, you beat me to it. Shut up.
I'm just that good.
No, you're not. Visually, this is doing a lot for me.
Yeah.
They're just adorable.
It's interesting because it's not like quite party vibes, but it is like going out vibes at the same time.
Yeah, this is maybe like, this isn't necessarily a club song. It's more like playing while you're getting ready with your girlfriends, putting on your makeup, doing your hair, putting on your going out attire.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit more innocent than nighttime.
Yeah, which I think is on brand for Illit. They are definitely like a sweeter, lacking any and all suggestion kind of K-pop group. Like they're just like simply youthful and fun. Like there's not that overt sexiness that I feel is kind of like shoveled down our throats with so many K-pop girl groups. And don't get me wrong, I like a sexy concept, but it's also nice to see young girls being young girls, having fun in an innocent, sweet way.
Yeah, we've been kind of chatting back and forth about you've been educating me on older eras having more of that kind of cute feel of just cute girls just being cute girls with a cute vibe, and it doesn't have to be, not that it's being objectified, but it's just again like not, doesn't have that sexiness, more adult, you know, maybe
The in-your-face kind of sexiness.
Yeah.
Though, with no subtlety.
Yeah, and this was kind of like a bit of a nudge going back into that more cute thing.
Yeah.
And this is just something that's fun, and it doesn't have to appear a certain way, you know.
Yeah.
It just simply is just girls being girls, and
Yeah.
it's kind of refreshing.
Very.
To be honest, and because even though I've only been exposed to so much K-pop, like when you get into some of these more like these bigger groups like Blackpink and stuff like that, usually the visual is that, you know, they're dressing sexy or whatever, or that the song itself is a bit more provocative or whatever it is, like, or like the dance routine, you know, may look a certain way.
Yeah.
And then here it's just kind of a lot more gentle and just kind of, and it's just here. But yeah, I kind of feel I think overall this was like the song didn't hit me like super hard, like holy crap, this is the next whatever, but it still qualified for me as like a fun listen, actually.
Right.
So I wouldn't mind listening to this song again. And yeah, I think it's just simply fun. Like it's not super insanely like amazing, but it's nowhere near like bad, or I wouldn't even say it's average. I would say it's slightly above average.
I would agree too. Yeah. Okay, so it's just gonna be hard for Illit, I think, following Magnetic. I think the song's gonna do well. I do. Because it's an earworm. And the do is like really catchy or whatever. It's gonna be all over TikTok, I'm sure. I was initially hesitant because every time I hear a strain of something I don't like when a song starts, I'm like, ugh, fuck. And that disco. The disco strings. Not my thing. But there was enough of the drum and like the drum and the bass beat there that really evoked that like 90s club hit thing.
Yeah.
The Daft Punk sound. It had like a retro pop sound to it, but still modern and current. Like they put their own spin on it. I didn't feel it was dated or reductive or anything, or derivative or anything like that. It still felt fresh. But I think that 90s club sound is what saved it for me, because that really like just kind of took the song to another level for me.
Yeah, like it's maybe it's a bit much to say old school now, but it's
but it is, and K-pop does do that.
It pulled from something from an older era, and it reminded me of like you know, I thought it and you said it, I was thinking of like that 90s kind of disco vibe where we were pulling samples, you know, because like I think of Madonna whenever I think of that, and yes, Daft Punk.
That Mojo song, Lady.
Yeah. So yeah, to take a really cool melody, sample it, and it has that disco vibe in it, and kind of give it almost like that, you know, that vinyl feel, and then incorporate that into your, you know, into your verses and your choruses. Like, yeah, like I think that fits really cool. It for me, it kind of harkened back to, you know, an era I grew up in. So
right, and I think that's maybe why I felt like a little bit of a extra connection with it, because it hits that nostalgia button for me. While still being K-pop, you know, and I feel like this was a good follow-up. Like, again, we have to lower our expectations. It's not feasible for them to hit whatever Magnetic was. But I really feel like this was a strong second release. And I feel like maybe too, they're also still trying to find, they're a very new group. Magnetic was like, and they do like B-side releases and stuff in K-pop, but I think this is like their second proper release. So we gotta give them time to grow and expand and explore and see what works for them, because not everything works for every K-pop group. And I couldn't even tell you exactly what it was about Magnetic that works so well, other than that it is a phenomenal earworm, and there was, you know, some aspects of that here. Also want to point out their choreography, because I feel like Illit does choreography very well. I feel like their choreography is super unique. It's not like your stereotypical, it's more involved. It's like complicated a little bit, but like there's a lot of big movements, and usually with girl groups they're like more small, subtle movements. So I really like their choreography, and I think it like suits the song very well in addition.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's particularly for me, I get that the whole aesthetic is not necessarily catered to me or directed at my demographic. So I'm kind of having to just kind of absorb and just kind of and just accept what I'm seeing.
Right.
And so like the music was hitting for me. Not all the aesthetics were for me. That was like the only clash like that sometimes can happen, I think, where like the music video can kind of sometimes work a little against me, but it's not something that bothers me enough to think negatively of the song or anything like that. But when you're trying to absorb like what the vibe of everything is, it does kind of create a little bit of a speed bump. But yeah, I think, and especially I was a bit focused on their attire, like they're kind of like changing in and out of
Very unique styling in that one.
Yeah, and like there's actually like I don't know who was wearing what, but like there were like some hoodies that they were wearing that was kind of like, I'd buy that, like,
yeah.
I would totally love to snuggle it in that hoodie.
Well, they had two very different aesthetics going there, right? The
Yeah.
one was like the super stage performy, like the greens with the flowy skirts or whatever, and then like on the escalator stairs, the escalator, when they're dancing on the escalator,
Yeah.
they're wearing like jeans and t-shirts and sweatshirts and things like that, like more streetwear.
Yeah.
So there was definitely two distinct attires in there.
Yeah, the beginning where they were wearing like the skirts with the pants. I wasn't like a huge fan of like the entire ensemble, but again, like they would wear like a hoodie or two that I was like, I would at least take that hoodie for myself. But then like when it got into the streetwear, I would say, okay, yeah, overall I think they kind of like everything like now fits naturally. Like everything looks like it aesthetically looks pleasing at that point.
Right.
So like in terms of like wardrobe, not that it has any bearing on their music, but like but those were things I was looking at because this is kind of my first, even though I've heard the song, this is really my first experience with them on a visual level. Like
Right.
I've never seen what they look like before or anything. So but yeah, I generally am all for the direction they're going right now.
Yeah.
Because I think at this point I've already heard some songs where people are starting to come out with their albums and they're coming out with their their pre-releases and things like that, and sometimes they and we've already experienced something that was kind of like maybe a bit more mediocre, and this to me was better than that. So this is definitely stepping at least on the taking a first step on the right foot.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, this is like if there's more to come after this, I think this is a good start.
I agree. I like you said, the direction they're going, and I hope they stick with it. I just want to see K-pop bring back more youthful, innocent, fun concepts. Not everything has to be sexy and hip thrusty and showing your midriff or whatever. Like that's nice, that's fun. There's a place for that in K-pop, but right now it feels like almost everything is like that, and that's one thing I do appreciate for New Jeans for. Like yeah, they do the midriff stuff and whatever, but they brought back a little bit more of that youthful flavor to K-pop. So I'm Illit has fully embraced that. I think better maybe than any other group right now. So I love that. I just want to see girls being girls without any like complicated or problematic sexualization or I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, me as a guy, I shouldn't be complaining at all if we get less of that or more of that, whatever. But
they're young. These girls are young.
Yeah, even for me, like I'm kind of for that too. If it's kind of more just girls being girls kind of thing, because it's different. Because like like even with my little experience, I get exposed to like the the hyper sexualization or whatever version of K-pop, and everyone's doing it. So like, I think that's the main point, is that everyone's doing it, and I think it's okay to like now start getting people that do something different. So
And that's kind of crazy when you think about it. They're being subversive by being demure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be what you would think, right? Like
sometimes less is more,
Yeah.
So like I don't need to see all that stuff. Like you can just be just a regular person, and you don't have to appeal to
anyone's
a certain
sexuality.
Yeah,
You
like,
can just be comfortable in your own skin, and it doesn't have to be always about.
Yeah, just make me some good music, and we're good.
And a good music and a good time and good vibes, and that's exactly what this video was. It was just pure fun.
Yeah. Okay, so are we ready to rate this?
Yeah.
thing? I'll let you go first.
This one I think is going to be a little bit hard for me. This is going to be a grower. I already know that, because it's when you have like kind of the earwormy thing, sometimes it takes a while before like, it's like those little mind parasites in Baldur's Gate, right? You need to give them time to like get their little claws in and fully take control of your brain, right? So I'm not fully taken over yet, but I will be. So right now it's like a 7.
Okay.
Until the brain parasite starts to eat away at my brain, and then we'll probably be at an 8 at some point. It's a great analogy. I don't know why you're laughing.
I just love that you're a nerd.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm actually in agreement. I will also do a 7. At first I was thinking like 6-ish, but I was like, no, it feels better than that.
Yeah.
And yeah, for right now it's a 7. Maybe upon more listens, it can be a little bit higher. I probably wouldn't go much higher than like a 7.5, but like I would say 7 is pretty solid.
Yeah. All around good song. Maybe not like the most groundbreaking or, you know, like we were just talking about with NCT. They're not pushing any boundaries here with pop music. But it's okay sometimes to just make a good pop song. It doesn't need to be more than that. And I think they did it well.
I think this song was pretty much like, okay, we're not gonna outdo the last song. Let's throw in like an element or two of what the last song had, just to kind of pay a little homage to it. But also kind of, you know, just continue the trend of what we're trying to go for here. And
without sounding like you're ripping yourself off. And I think the song was very much distinct from Magnetic.
yeah, it gave a little wink, but it didn't lean so hard into it.
Yeah.
And so I think that was a good idea.
Yeah.
So
Good job, girls.
okay, good job.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the reaction, or we hope you enjoyed the reaction.
No, just him. I don't care.
Just me. I'm the only one that appreciates you here. But if you have any ideas for what we should check out next for more reactions, feel free to let us know in the comments. But that's it from us, and see you later.